Hey Cancer, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing your September tarot reading for 2024. We are getting some oracle cards out right now. If you've never been to my channel before, I really appreciate you stopping by. We're only going to take the cards that fly out for you throughout the entire reading. I don't choose them. And if you guys would like for me to pray for you, send you my good juju, say hi in the comments section. And even an emoji works if you're a little shy like myself. And that gives me something that I can focus on that represents your energy. We're going to get one more. This is the Angels of Abundance deck. And then we're going to move on to tarot. So our messages are this. Have courage to ask for and accept help. Asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. Very often when we ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as give it to others as you are guided. Then we have the message of the dove. This is the divine feather messenger deck. And it says, feel and allow a deeper sense of peace to fill you now. And I love that when I looked up and said peace, I saw that it was 111. This is a divine quality. Feel and allow a deeper sense of peace to fill you now. This is a divine quality. And before I get to your last message, I will say, if you haven't checked out your last video yet, it was just released and it was fascinating. Basically, by getting back into alignment and saying no to outside pressures to go out, be pulled into social situations. Now, only take this if it resonates. Something very special kind of happens. Yeah, so I'll leave it right there, but I'll put a link to that at the very end of this video. Thirdly is your message, God is your source. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is a plenty of abundance for all to share. What's interesting so far with your oracle readings is there's definitely this sense of like, pay attention. Your prayers are being answered, possibly in the form of other people. Sorry about that interruption. So getting into tarot, this will be an interesting reading. What do my Cancers need to know for the month of September 2024? And please only take what resonates. Don't ever give your power away to tarot. This is just there to help you. What do my Cancers need to know for September 2024? Please make it clear, Spirit. If they fly out in reverse, we read them that way. And I'm going to give you a general view of your reading. And then, wow, cool. And then we'll unpack it, okay? Can I get one more? Two more. For my Cancers, 1, 2. So we have lots of pentacles. We have people coming towards you, that's for sure. I just said, your prayers could be answered in the form of people. So we start with the star card. If you're not familiar with the star card, it's just as it looks. There's something that's really raw and beautiful and revealing about this individual. I had to draw a bathing suit on him. Sorry. That's YouTube doing their thing. Can't show naked pictures. But this woman at the water's edge, she's typically naked in the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, and she's underneath the stars. And there's something that's just so stripped away of any pretenses, stripped away of any mask and seeing her for who she is. There's a vulnerability there. And this is a get your wishes granted, have your prayers answered card. If you looked it up, it's basically that hope and optimism flooding your life again, and the sense that your prayers are being heard. And then we have 10 of Pentacles. So it's going to be really interesting to see where your reading goes when I unpack this, because the 10 of Pentacles talks about long-term wealth. It talks about long-term stability. And what you're building right now is going to last for a very long time. The picture of this shows like a whole family, grandparents, a dog, the mom and the dad and the child, and all of these coins, right? It's basically saying, you're good. What you're building has lasting power. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Now this is an individual or kind of an offer coming towards you. And I'm going to stay a little bit vague in the beginning here because I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. So the knights in the tarot are messengers coming towards you. Now this is somebody who may be carrying a message of like an offer to get a promotion, or if we get Ace of Pentacles, that would look like, okay, a gift, more money, all that. But this person might have an offer that is very stable, that is financially supportive. What you can count on with this individual is, one, they're going to be really slow. They're the slowest knight in the deck. That's why they're on a horse that is standing still. And it's because they're being strategic. They're being very purposeful and intentional with this offer or with this information. And it's going to most likely be something that has something to do with your stability, something to do with possibly your job. But when it does finally come forward, you can count on it. And then we have another knight, and this is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is a little bit more creative, and this could be an individual who's offering you something that's going to fulfill you emotionally, okay? Sometimes it's a lover, sometimes it's romantic. So we'll see, of course, when we unpack these cards. But these two individuals, one is very practical, more careful and strategic, and the other one is more romantic, watery. They could be a Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancer. And they're offering something that's going to be fulfilling to your heart and your emotional world. And finally, we have the Page of Pentacles, more pentacles for you. This is a place of growth. This is taking on a growth mindset. And I will leave it there. So let's unpack these. So just to circle back and keep us in track with our oracle cards, feel and allow a deeper sense of peace to fill you now. A sense that you can rely on the fact that your prayers have been answered, that you have been manifesting successfully. Okay, Star card, speaking of which, right? The Star card, tell me more about this for my Cancers. I love that at the bottom of the deck, we got the Cancerian ruled triumphant card of why can't I think of this, you guys? Chariot. Taking the good with the bad, no matter what, running over any hurdles and potholes. This is triumph. But more importantly, wow, okay. Now this is getting a little more specific. We've got the Tower card. This is an event that happens in one's life that you have no control over. But this is the way I like to talk about the Tower card, is it's not necessarily bad or always super good. It can feel jarring. Sometimes it's like something thrilling as like falling in love, or it could be getting an eviction notice that you did not expect. It's universe's way of stepping in and collaborating with your energy and kind of pushing you into a new direction. We've got the 10 of Wands here. This event was the catalyst to allow you to close a chapter that was exhausting. And there could have been a lot of integrity to what you were, carrying these wands, this job, this project, or this relationship. There could have been good intention, but it was tiring you out. It was exhausting. And so all the 10s in tarot are the end of chapters. And this one in particular, it's like you're ready to set down that burden. And you might have needed this catalyst, this event, to help you do that. Again, this is all in response, clarifying the hope and optimism card of the Star, getting your answers, getting your prayers answered. What's this? I want to get one more about that, because that's fascinating. Oh my gosh, the Nine of Cups. So I don't feel that the Tower is a bad thing in your life at all. Big picture, when you're really up close to it, it might have been really uncomfortable because you didn't have much control in the situation. But big picture, this is talking about an event that is freeing you of a burden, an old phase of life, and there was honor to that phase. But now it's time to be happy, and it's more about you. Now let's move on to the 10 of Pentacles. For our September month for Cancer, we have, interesting, I'm going to push these aside. I have more questions with that Two of Swords. What's this Two of Swords for my Cancer? What's this Three of Cups? You're going to be very focused on this 10 of Pentacles. You Cancer, may be asking yourself a lot, as if you're seeing through tinted glasses, right? Like the saying is looking through rose-tinted glasses. In this case, these glasses would be tinted with a question. And the question would be, who's here to stay? Who's going to be here in 20 years? What's going to be here in 20 years? What do I want to be, and where do I want to be, and what do I want to be doing in 20 years? The Ten of Pentacles, by seeing through that question, by seeing through those tinted glasses, so to speak, you may be faced with a decision around somebody or people that you have been surrounded with. There's been disappointment with these people, and it could be just no more than one or two, but there's been a misalignment, possibly a feeling of sabotage or distrust happened for some reason. It caused disappointment, and try as you might, you can't deny that things have shifted now. And going back to how things were doesn't seem possible. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because we've got the Three of Cups, right? There's celebrations, there's these people that usually a support group, usually a supportive group of people, comes out with the Two of Swords. And this is all clarifying your 10 of Pentacles. What's in my long game? Looking through these tinted glasses, asking the question, are you there in 10 or 20 years? Are you there? And we have the Death card with the disappointment card of the Five of Cups. Now, it's important to note that Five of Cups is not all disappointment. There's two full cups here. And I always like to think, and I always say, when I see the Five of Cups, I imagine this photo in panoramic. And there's a ton more cups behind this person. But regardless, this person can't see the Two of Cups. You cannot see how going back to life before you felt a sense of disappointment or sabotage with these people, if it was possible, if it could even happen. And so we get this Death card, and the Death card is out here. It's very rarely literal at all. It's about letting go. Again, we have the the Ten of Wands that came out end of phase, a catalyst, sent you into a new direction and allowed you to close a chapter. And again, we have the Death card, which is a closing of a chapter 2. And just like the seasons, like those leaves need to fall off the trees and hit the ground, and then the new buds, they make space for the new buds. That is just the Death card. You need to make more space in your life for people and things that you do trust and that you do believe in. Okay, moving on. Speaking of which, here we have these two individuals coming into your life. What is this Knight of Pentacles for my Cancer? This is that responsible knight, slow knight. You might not have communication with this knight yet. This might be a family member or somebody that you have history with, not somebody necessarily new, somebody that you've known for a while. Could be an old friend for some of you. New deck is this Knight. For my Cancer. One more. Okay. So we have 10 of Pentacles. This person wants to be in your life 20 years from now. They know that you're looking at life through those glasses for some reason. If they don't know now, they're going to know really soon. I have a feeling they already know. There's been good memories, I think, attached to this person. There's a history. I think for a lot of you guys, this person has not come forward yet. They're very slow. And I feel that there's a sense of a healthy humility attached to them. For some of you guys, you're going to be experiencing this person come through with an apology. And it's unlike them to apologize. So they're taking their time. They're considering all things, considering different viewpoints, considering, what are you doing, Freya? She wants to join. but it's coming out of conflict, I think. And there's a sense of like, yeah, they could be right, but at what cost? And I think the truth is that they really want to be in your life for quite a while. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to accept them in your life. That's just kind of reading their energy. I'm sorry, you must leave. Messing up my spread. Okay. And we have the Knight of Cups. Who's this Knight of Cups? Justice. Who's this Knight of Cups? I wonder. Knight of Wands. Ah, here's our Three of Cups, upside down. Seven of Cups, disillusionment, disconnected. Maybe this is a person you haven't talked to for a while. It's important to note that the Justice card came out, and this is talking about achieving a sense of fairness again, rebalancing what felt maybe unfair at some point. Somebody wants to take bold action towards you. I think that they're a lot more sensitive on the inside, which is why they're coming out as the Knight of Cups. They're more emotional, possibly, and sensitive than they want to appear. They want to appear very confident, and they do appear possibly a little aggressive sometimes when they feel insecure. And like they overshoot it accidentally a little bit. We have the Seven of Cups here. This is like, not all that glitters is gold. We got the Seven of Cups with both of these individuals. And for a lot of you guys, these are those friends that you are like, I'm done. You know, I don't know if I see you 20 years down the road with me. And so I think they realize that you're seeing them as an option and that they've earned that. They've earned that. The tinted glasses. I'm definitely going to do an extended to this because I want to ask about these Seven of Cups a little further. So now we have the growth mindset, the Page of Pentacles. Now, if you do want to follow me over to that extended, the link is going to be in the description box below, and it's about the price of a cup of coffee. We've got the King of Cups. Okay, the Strength card makes an appearance. We have the Five of Swords coming out of conflict. You are the emotional one. Oh, Five of Wands with a clash of ambitions. Interesting. And so there's a sense of actually this big spiritual awakening. How are you coming out of conflict? You're simply like, there's a sense of like cutting your losses. And because I think a lot of you guys see that there are some differences in opinion or differences in personality, either way, that can't necessarily be remedied, you know, like, but you are in the growth mindset, which is why you're allowing yourself to put down this burden. And we have fully made a full circle. We have fully made a full circle. So basically, when I stand back from this reading, the Cancers I'm talking to have been through a sudden event, and it was a blessing in disguise. It's actually ensuring that you're going to be very, very happy. So a lot of you guys will be making room in your lives for new characters because you've had to make a hard decision around some individuals in your life that disappointed you. These two people are aware of it. They are aware of your your tinted glasses, asking the question, who's going to be there beside me in 10, 20 years? That's what I want to focus on. And if you don't make the cut, you don't make the cut. And how they're reacting is slightly different from one another. And that's what we'll get into in the extended. But ultimately, you are kind of taking a very emotionally mature stance. King of Cups, I think, is your energy. And there's a kindness to the King of Cups. There's an understanding and tolerance. So from this place of alignment, you're accepting a loss and you're moving on. And this is like a big life changer because it's not just about these two individuals. It's more about standards in the future. So those tinted glasses, what's going to be with you 10, 20 years is going to be your standards, right? And so you're putting that into practice, and thus, you know, you're ready to put down this burden. You're ready to move on to a new phase of life. So I hope that was helpful, you guys. I'm sending you off with love and light. Feel free to reach out, say hi if you'd like for me to pray and send you my good juju. Otherwise, and you want to follow me, the link is below in the description box. Take good care. Mwah.